Grain and livestock markets closed mostly higher Thursday. This is the American Ag Network. I'm Corryn with this closing market wrap-up. Grain and oilseed futures closed mostly higher, with corn futures finishing slightly lower as trade consolidated near the top of the recent range ahead of next week's acreage report. Additional support stemmed from optimism surrounding the E15 waiver announced Wednesday. Soybeans closed higher, holding just below nearby resistance as traders positioned ahead of expected biofuel blending targets, with soybean oil leading strength in the product complex. Wheat futures ended in the green, with Kansas City contracts leading gains as the market continued to consolidate Wednesday's rebound from nearby support levels. Ethanol margins remain supportive, bolstered by the summer E15 waiver and expectations for increased seasonal gasoline demand ahead of Easter travel. Weekly export sales were solid, totaling 1.218 million metric tons of old crop corn and 135,000 metric tons for new crop. Basis levels continued to hold within their recent range, while new crop price ratios edged towards soybeans through midweek. On the May corn chart, support was noted at the 20-day moving average near $4.57, with recent highs around $4.76. In South America, harvest progress in Brazil continues to bring additional soybean supplies to the global market, while conditions in Argentina see little change. Ample nearby supplies keep basis levels steady in the short term, maintaining good availability for end users. Now, weather across the plains remains warm, with forecasts turning wetter into the second week, particularly across eastern growing areas. Over in livestock trade, futures closed mostly higher with the exception of April lean hogs. Cash cattle trade remained undeveloped, though bids were noted in both Texas and Nebraska. Thursday's USDA export report showed beef net sales of 10,700 metric tons for 2026 delivery, up from the previous week, but 19% below the prior 4-week average. Top buyers included Japan, Taiwan, and South Korea. Taking a look at closing numbers, May corn down 1/4 cent at $4.67. May soybeans up 2 at $11.73 3/4. May wheat up 7 1/4 at $6.05. May Kansas City wheat up 9 at $6.26 3/4. May Minneapolis wheat up 4 1/4 at $6.45. Moving over to the livestock complex, we've got April live cattle up 67 at $235.10. March feeder cattle up 165 at $363.52. And April hogs down 7.5 at $90.82. Thanks for joining me for this closing market wrap-up. I'm Corryn with the American Ag Network.